What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the King and Vin vlog. It is February. Let me see what the date is. It's February something. It's February. Was it? Let's see. Monday was the 7th. I got down there on the 9th. Today is the 10th. Yes, today is the 10th. It's February 10th, 2022. I'm down here in Hutchins, Texas. About to go pick up my next load. Just let you know, I did get booked on that load from Texas all the way up to Saginaw, Michigan. So what I'm about to go do is, this load pays really good. This load pays really good. It pays like $2,100 and something dollars, and I got detention on top of that, and so I got at least $100 fuel buffer coming with this load. Because the load wasn't ready when we went to go pick it up yesterday. It's supposed I was told they had a drop and hook, but they said that trailer wasn't even ready. So yeah, I've been waiting on this load since yesterday. It was ready at 3:30, but I didn't feel like fighting with Texas traffic trying to get out of Texas yesterday. So I was like, it's better not call it quits right now while I'm ahead, because all I'm doing is this loads go to Michigan, and it don't deliver until the latest it can be delivered is on the 15th. So I'm actually just picking this load up and I'm going home on it. That's the reason why I was able to sit on it for so long, because I think this is the last day. I'm home is only 950 miles away, so I'll be able to get most of that knocked out today and be home tomorrow. So this has been a very successful week for booking my own loads. My whole week was already booked once I left the house. I stay on top of that load board, making sure, I'm up hopefully before everybody else is trying to get up and take all the good paying loads. So I did get that load, and I did find out how much it costs to tow me out of that freaking spot there. That tow cost me $350. Now, $350 is not really that bad to be getting pulled out. Plus, my maintenance fund. Let me start my pre-trip. My maintenance fund was fine. There's more than enough money in that account to cover that. So, excuse me, I don't mind that, and I got enough money for my my PM that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Second pre-trip inspection. So thought I'd shoot a video while I'm doing this pre-trip. Like I said, I do a post-trip and a pre-trip, and this is gonna be warm out wherever I stop today. I'm gonna go do a thorough post-trip inspection, so don't worry. This truck does get thoroughly inspected, just not right now. So yeah, I try to get on the load board for everybody else, take up all the good loads. Now I did take it to get my week started. I did have to take a really crappy load to get to the better paying loads. That load to Illinois didn't pay that much. It was only paying like 647 miles to go 265 miles. I believe it was actually 279 miles. But sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta take the really crappy paying loads to get to a better paying load. And I knew once I get down to Texas, usually good loads coming out. So I booked my load, that crappy load, to get me to Illinois. From Illinois to Texas to get me, that was a better paying load. That paid $1,700. And then I got the load coming out of Texas paying $2,100. And then I get to go home and sit on that, get my 34-hour break, and I'll probably get maybe 75% of that whole run. So I'm going to come out pretty decent this week. And I'm already on a load board looking for my next load to pick up on Monday. So yeah, I try to get on it before everybody else. Take up all the good paying loads. That's what you got to do. because these loads don't stay on, the good ones don't stay on the load board that long. You can't wait to the day of trying to book you a load. Hey, I'm going to Texas. I'm not gonna worry about the load board until I get down to Texas and see what I can pick up that day. No, I don't. You can't wait to that. You gotta get on that load board as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Now, right now, I can't find a really good load out of Michigan just yet that I want to book. I might have to book a really crappy load to get me more to a closer, better paying load down in Ohio. And I think Texas is out of the plans for next week. I'm starting my week off too late. If it was starting off Sunday, I would be able to go back down to Texas, but it's not starting off Sunday. And that's because of the Super Bowl, and we got me and my wife's anniversary coming up this weekend. So last week was a pretty decent week. I can tell you right now, from what I know my fuel for last week totaled $985. And y'all looking like, maybe that's a lot of money, but that is like, I like that is actually relatively decent. $985 for last week was pretty decent compared to what it was the week before that and the week before that. So I'll take that. I won't know what I actually get paid till this weekend when the final numbers come in. I mean, I got my numbers that I have, and it's usually pretty close to what they have, but I usually wait till my paycheck stub to come in and make sure that, there's nothing final but a paycheck stub. So wait till my settlement comes out on Thursday to find out exactly how much I made down to the T. And so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that was a big relief. One thing I wanted to touch on, as an owner op, and I see this on a lot of other YouTube channels, a lot of company drivers saying they want to go to owner op. Why would they push themselves and run themselves ragged as a company driver when they can become an owner op and then run themselves ragged? Well, give me a side note. We got a side note. I want to show y'all something. This is something cool I do every winter in honor, because I love snow. And I'm going to show y'all something that's pretty cool. This is how I drive at night. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to give y'all the long way view. There we go, the long way view. What you see there is blue and white lights around the perimeter of the truck. And this is how I drive at night. So if y'all happen to see blue and white lights at night or early in the morning coming up the interstate, no, that's me. That's me driving up the interstate. There's not very many drivers that does this. So you definitely cannot pinpoint. Look, oh, hey, there's the guy, Kenyon Vlog. So yeah, check that out. That's pretty cool. It actually driving with lights on the perimeter of the truck like that. It really does. Sorry, I thought it wasn't recording. But back to what I was talking about. Maybe I can turn that one on because it's Korean up. Blind spot. It's blinding you guys. But a lot of drivers, they say they why run yourself ragged for a company and to come out with only $1,200 or $1,300. And I've heard, I was listening to a newbie, a rookie, talking about that's chump change. That ain't chump change. That's nothing to sneeze at. $500 to $600 check, that's something to sneeze at. That's chump change. So I'm gonna say, and you get this idea, hey, I'm gonna run myself ragged when I come owner up, and I'm going to push it hard and make that money. Well, I don't want to rain on your parade. I do not want to rain on your parade. I'm gonna tell you what I learned from running my own truck, my own business, and running a truck. I don't want to rain on your parade, but I'm gonna tell you, look, if you can make $3,000 as an owner up in a week, you having a good week. You're having a good week. If you can make $4,000 in a week, you're having a fantastic week. If you can make $5,000 in a week, you're having a mother effing awesome week. If you can make $5,000 plus, you are just head over heels. But you know you're gonna make a profit. But what I have learned, you go out there, you can run yourself ragged. Get those 3,000-4,000 miles a week. You know, pick up, deliver. You done picked up and delivered 5 loads. You done put in 3,500 miles in a week. I say that's about the max a solo driver can do. And I'm gonna tell you what thing you want to learn really quick. And I learned this really quick because I've done it. I've done 3,000 miles plus in a week, and the truck grows 5,000. And guess how much I took home of that 5,000? I only took home about the same amount of money I would have taken home if I would have ran less than that and had like a $4,000 week. I still took home only 2,700. Why? Why would I take 27? It's because the more you run that truck, guess what's catching up with that money you're making? Your fuel costs. Your fuel costs is what's catching up with you. So the more you run, the more you spend on fuel. So that catches up with your gross profit. So now you done gross 5,000, but you spent like almost, let's say, 1,500, 1,600 on fuel. And then you got your truck note, you got your IFTA, insurance, and all that stuff that got to still come out. That's why it's not the more miles and the more loads you get done to make the most money. It's the less miles and the less loads you do that gets you the most money. For example, this week, my fuel bill is not going to be that high. My fuel bill is not going to be that high. I'm probably looking at maybe $700 this week on fuel. And I'm still going to gross probably about the same amount of money I did last week, because my fuel is less. But last week, my fuel was higher. So that's money back in my pocket. So that's the reason why some of these major companies, why their drivers only average $2,500 a week, because they're more profitable the less those miles those trucks run. They make more money on a 2,500 mile truck than they do on a 3,000 mile truck. 2,500 is about that sweet spot. That's about the sweet spot for us if making the most money off of whatever runs. And it's got to do with another thing you got to keep an eye on is the loads. How much is it paying per mile? How much is that load paying you to deliver that load? Do you have to do a pickup and delivery in the same day, but instead of delivering the same day, you got to sit on that load for a day to deliver it? You don't want to sit on those loads. I try my best not to sit on loads. I usually try to pick up if it's something I could do in a day. I like to pick up loads that I can deliver into a day, and then go pick up another load. Like this week, that's in that Richmond, Indiana. That was something that Richmond, Indiana to Illinois. That was 285 miles. I could do that in a day and start heading down to Texas. Once I get that load delivered, and where I was delivering, I picked up my load from where I was delivering to. So I didn't have to worry about deadhead amounts. All I had to worry about is getting my fuel for that run, and then I get my fuel for the next run at the next cheapest fuel stop. And that's another thing you gotta watch, is you gotta fuel up at the cheapest place you can find. For me, I'm leased on to Thomas Keller, so I get their fuel discounts. So I usually go get the cheapest fuel within an hour's drive away. Sometimes I can't do an hour. Sometimes the cheapest fuel is literally the only fuel stop is 13 miles away. And that's fine. Sometimes it's like that. But I'm telling you one thing that I learned. You're not going to go out be an owner op, and you're not going to make millions of dollars doing it. All right? You think you'll have like a 6, 8, 10 grand week every week? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It might happen to you once or twice if you got your own authority and you're working out the spot market, but you're really at the liberty, you're at the mercy of the shipper and receiver. Okay, they shipper said she can pick up the load early, but hey, you can get that run down in a day, but the receiver don't want it in that day. They want it delivered 2 days later, or they want it delivered in the next day. So you got to sit on that load, and then book. In the process of sitting on that load or booking that load, you got to book your next load. You can't wait till the day up to book your next load. You got to, okay, I figured they were going to take this long, 2 hours to unload, and I'll be unloaded tomorrow, and I'll be able to go pick this load up, blah, 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 blah. And then they wind up taking 4 or 5 hours, then you're screwed. So I say this to say this, my friends. When you get out here, you come an owner up, or you lease on the company, and they got a load board. Don't think you're going to come out here and you're going to just ball out. You're not going to ball out. Your constant battle is going to be profit versus loss. You're not going to become a millionaire. In order to become a millionaire in trucking, you at least got to have like, maybe I'm going to say 60 to 80 trucks under your fleet to become a millionaire in trucking. Because what is the bigger to carry those big carriers, excuse me. Yeah, they're million. The owner company is millionaire. I'm pretty sure he is. Theirs, but the big carriers, it's the more trucks you have, the more liability you have. The more liability you have, the more you have a responsibility. You have got to watch the more trucks that you have, you got to watch everything, because now your fuel and how much you're making, you got to make sure you're bringing enough money to pay your driver, your fuel, your IFTA, your insurance, everything, and still come out ahead. So you take it small steps, you take baby steps. A lot of these new people want to come out and be owner ops and do their own thing and start their own path. I'm gonna tell you from my personal experience, the hardest thing to figure out is how to fuel your truck, and you gotta learn it fast. Because if you don't learn it fast, you are gonna be in a hole fast, and then you're gonna be so far down that rabbit hole you can't get out of it. So I'm gonna cut this video short. It's probably gonna be a part 2 to this, because I got more I wanted to say, but of course I'm tied down to this 15-minute pre-trip so I can get rolling and heading home. But I will say this, guys, I'm not saying do not go out there and go on your own path, onto your own path, and not shoot for your dreams. What I'm saying is be very calculative when it comes to doing it. I may shoot a video giving you an example on how I figure out how many gallons of fuel I'm going to need for a run when I go pick up this next load, but it won't be in this video. It'll be another video. And so that's all the time I got. I'm going to cut the short. It will be a part 2. I don't know if it's going to come out just after this one or during this one, or today. It may be next week. But you guys stay safe out there. Be safe. Keep the sunny side up, rubber side down. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe below. I will definitely respond back to your comments. And you guys have a good day. I know I will. Have a better day than I did. Try doing that. All right. Peace.